E3 2018 is finally in the books, and of course, the show gave us plenty of moments to talk about. A lot of great things, and maybe a few, well, not so great things. Today, we're taking a look at 5 moments which really captured my attention during the show. Without further ado, here's my 5. Personally speaking, I loved my time with The Division. I'll grant you that it had issues, but what impressed me most about the game is how dedicated the developers at Massive continued to be after launch. From new content to important updates, the developers never stopped evolving the game. In my opinion, The Division really became something great by the end. Armed with that knowledge, The Division 2 looks to be the experience many people were hoping for on day one with the first game. Picking up 7 months after The Division, we're now moving south to Washington, D.C., and you can already see that the game world is not only more open, but it features way more diverse environments. Massive has also placed an emphasis on endgame content, showing off new specializations, as well as confirming 8-player raids and free DLC through the first year. The Division 2 certainly appears to be coming out of the gates swinging. I've been a Smash fan for a very long time, and knowing that Nintendo was going to reveal the latest game for the Switch had me pretty excited going into their Direct. Taking up more than half of the entire presentation, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate did not disappoint. It's essentially a living museum of the franchise, bringing back every single fighter that has ever been in the franchise, adding a couple new ones, tweaking the moveset of every character, tweaking game mechanics, and literally a ton of other things. It was frankly crazy. I mean, I'm pumped for Ridley, though I am curious if they'll add any additional characters before or even post-launch like they did for the Wii U version. I've been a long-time fan of Sucker Punch, so when the developer essentially went dark following infamous Second Son and First Light, the wait for any sort of news was excruciating. The developer turned plenty of heads when it revealed Ghost of Tsushima at Paris Games Week last year. Naturally, the title became one of the big 4 of Sony's show, and boy, did it wow. First off, the visuals are just unbelievable. The use of colors is also impressive and highlights a lot of the game, from the green lush trees, the yellow of the fields, and even the red leaves that were falling during the tense duel towards the end. It makes you really ask yourself if this is a game from the studio that gave us Sly Cooper and Cole McGrath. The one thing that would have been even more amazing is if they had given us a release date, but it looks like we're going to have to wait just a little bit longer for that sort of news. When Ubisoft and Nintendo come together, something magical usually follows. Just look at last year's Ubisoft press conference. Even though Mario vs. Rabbids was leaked prior to the show, the announcement was undeniably special. I mean, seeing the director of the game, David Solani, break down in tears at seeing the game announcement and being able to work with Nintendo was something that I think I'll always remember. Now going into this year, I don't think anyone predicted that the two would unite again, which made their surprising reveal even better. After getting some stage time, a new trailer for Ubisoft's toy-to-life game, StarLink Battle for Atlas, featured some familiar sound effects that I immediately recalled from the classic Super Nintendo Star Fox days. Sure enough, Fox Macleod and his team blasted into view, confirming that the Switch version had this pretty cool content. Not only that, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot called out Nintendo legendary designer Shigeru Miyamoto, who stood up to unbelievable applause. Miyamoto was even given a pretty sweet prototype toy of the Fox's R-Wing, which he raised in the air to even more applause. Magic, I tell you. One of the biggest knocks against Microsoft this generation has been the lack of first-party core titles. It's especially apparent when you compare them to Sony, who just keeps pumping out incredible experiences like Horizon Zero Dawn and just recently God of War. During its E3 press conference this year, Microsoft made sure to let everyone know that it's going to be fixing that issue by announcing it had acquired 4 development studios. The list is fairly impressive and includes Playground Games, Compulsion Games, Ninja Theory, and Undead Labs. Microsoft also announced that it formed a new Santa Monica studio, known as The Initiative, led by former Crystal Dynamics head Daryl Gallagher. Frankly, this was an important move for the company, even if it's one that probably won't pay dividends for a while. I also want to say that I'm incredibly happy for Ninja Theory, a studio that has a great track record of producing quality content that has, unfortunately, largely gone under the radar. While its most recent game, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, has garnered a lot of attention, rightfully so, some of their critically acclaimed previous games like Enslaved Odyssey to the West and Heavenly Sword just didn't sell quite as well as they should have. And those are my 5 things, but I'm curious, is there something that you liked that I didn't include on my list? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to head over to GamerCrash.com where I list out another 5 items that weren't in this video. As always guys, Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.